Turning now to NATO defense chiefs, they met virtually today for what was described as a candid discussion. They talked about security guarantees the alliance would be willing to provide to Ukraine in an effort to bring peace to the region. The meeting comes in the wake of President Trump saying the U.S. will not be providing Ukraine with any U.S. ground troops, but did leave the door open to potential air support for Kyiv, the capital in Ukraine. The comments are part of the U.S. and European leadership's ongoing efforts to solidify security guarantees. Ultimately, the goal is to end the war between Russia and Ukraine. Let's bring in CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi. Olivia, good to see you. As we just mentioned, the White House is working with the European leaders on security guarantees for Ukraine. So what might that entail? And what are we learning about this ongoing meeting between possibly Presidents Putin and Zelensky?
Well, Jerika, it's good to be with you. You're right. President Trump did rule out having troops on the ground in Ukraine, but that air support is the question that is still outstanding here. And what that could look like is a number of things. It could be potentially air support for European troops, perhaps a peacekeeping group that is on the ground in Ukraine. It could also be reconnaissance. It could be intelligence gathering that these aircraft wouldn't necessarily have to be in Ukrainian airspace, but could be nearby and providing that key information for people on the ground in Ukraine to provide some defense for them and to bolster their positions on the battlefield. That's two of the ways that the U.S. could really provide some air support and part of those security guarantees that we've talked about. Now, as far as that meeting between Presidents Trump, Zelensky, and Putin, as right now, it seems they are trying to move forward with finding a place for that bilateral meeting between President Trump and, President Putin and President Zelensky. Among a number of places that are being named include Switzerland, which has been proposed by French President Macron. We know President Putin proposed Moscow, which seems like a non-starter for President Zelensky. And our Nancy Cordes reported yesterday that Budapest, Hungary is one of the places that is being considered. Quite a notable place where there was a previous memorandum where Ukraine actually gave up their nuclear weapons in 1994 meeting between Ukraine, Russia, the U.S., and the U.K. So we'll have to see exactly where this meeting takes place, if it takes place at all.
Yeah, I know the president's saying this could be another week or two before we have more definitive information. Olivia Rinaldi, thank you.